Hi, hello there guys, it is Stonemason Productions here, bringing you guys another video. Now, this video is going to be a recap of some of the videos I've recently done. No, not the ones I did today. Some videos I did a few days ago from when I'm making this video. And if you guys probably know, I posted 2 videos that day, which was one update on my Kmart store, and 2 was the cop update, which I posted later that night. So I'm actually gonna go recap of one of the videos on update on my Kmart store video. So you guys probably have heard that my store is closing now. I was there on June 4th, and basically when I was there on June 4th, they started liquidation, and when I was there, they didn't have an electronics department anymore, so that tells me that they got rid of that at the start of liquidation. I'm pretty sure right now it is now week 3 of the liquidation process. I'm pretty sure that their liquidation prices are now the 20 to 70% off. Again, like I said, I haven't been there since June 4th, and they're still planning to close by July 17th. And it's gonna suck. It's gonna kind of suck because this Kmart store was my mom's one-time store, like go-to store. And why I'm saying that is because this Kmart store was my mom's childhood store, and even my childhood as well. It's kind of a shame though, because I'm pretty sure you guys probably know that we lost Sears a few years ago. We lost Sears in 2017, and now we're about to lose Kmart, and we're about to lose Gordman's as well. I think I forgot to mention this. And yeah, it's because I feel sorry for these employees. It's kind of the point where when these retailers close, it's just that these employees just have to find another job, and it just kind of sucks for a lot of people when it comes to a liquidation sale. Like, when I was there was a lot of people there right now, and this is what gets me confused, because every time there's a liquidation sale, there's always going to be people going there and getting stuff and everything like that. I don't understand why, when it comes to liquidation, people go there when before they start liquidation they didn't. And I could see why Kmart and Sears had a history of poor management, but I honestly don't care about Kmart anymore. As you guys probably know, I had started having bad experiences there later on in the 2010s, in the early 2010s, and if you guys probably know, I was secretly wanting it to close for 7 years. I did tell people on YouTube. I never told everybody on my videos, because yes, I was keeping it a secret until last month when they got announced on May 30th by the holding company of Transformco. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a bummer because now we're not gonna have a Sears and a Kmart. I mean, we lost Sears, like I said, a few years back earlier. We lost Sears in 2017. And one of the biggest reasons I actually cared about Sears when it was in the mall, because that store was my go-to store, and it was my childhood store there in the mall. And as you guys probably know, Sears was not originally an anchor at our mall. It was originally at a different location, which I'm not going to mention on video. It was actually originally not an anchor there. And in 1980, they moved to that anchor in that mall, and in our mall. And it's kind of sad that one store leaves and the next one is another, and it's really a bummer, especially because when Sears was closing, I really cared about this store because I knew that was going to be closing, and that actually got my attention. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know that it was my childhood store, and now it's a store I grew up with, and I had a lot of good experiences there. And yeah, I feel sorry for them. And now here we are 3 years later. We're about to lose Kmart now because of Eddie Lampert being a dumbass and a dumb fuck. And with him, I don't know, because I mean, anybody who doesn't know, he took over in 2013, and he's done a poor job, because all he's doing is constantly closing these stores just to steal money and everything. It's not right for him. And People are defending him for some reason because people are saying, oh, but Kmart was dying before he took over in 2013. Let me explain that, guys. And now, I do understand that before Eddie took over in 2013, Kmart had a poor management history around the early 2000s where Charles Conaway led them, like Kmart, into its first bankruptcy in 2002. And let me explain this here. And a lot of people didn't like the fact that Charles Conaway made the decision to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And it's, a lot of people there in that time lost their jobs, and, and here we are about 18 years later, we get more store closures, and, Kmart, on the other hand, doesn't have a lot of stores left. And it just kills me. There's I would say someone said 41 stores left as I'm making this video. I'm not sure how many Sears stores are left in the entire country. I know there are some hometown and other stores, but and even Sears Outlet became American Fright, I think. I can't remember now. Yeah, people are defending Eddie for some reason. I wish people would stop doing that because, people don't realize that he's done a horrible job. He's been constantly closing store after store after store, and it's getting to the point where he's managing to close every store that he can find, and even though when it gets down to one store left, he will actually close that store down and just making it one left in the entire state. And with Kmart closing here in North Dakota, it's going to be a shocker because the last Kmart here in Minot, North Dakota is closing forever, and this will leave to one store left in the Midwest, and that's in Marshall, Michigan. Marshall, Michigan is going to be the last Kmart store in the entire Midwest. And if that closes down for good, and it is over in the Midwest, and it's just kind of a shocker to see one or two or three stores leave here in North Dakota. I mean, Bismarck's closed up recently in February. Fargo's closed up in December of last year, December of 2019, and the one in Grand Forks closed in early 2019, and they closed some other ones, but I don't know what the dates for that one. And we don't have any Sears anymore. The last one here closed in 2018, and it's kind of a bummer for a lot of people to lose their jobs and have to go find another one, and it kind of makes me upset that these stores have to go, but I just feel bad for Kmart. And again, I don't care about Kmart closing. And again, the last time I was there was on June 4th, and I do plan, I possibly will go out on the final day, just because I want to go hear their final announcement from the manager on July 17th before they close up for good. And because after this one closes up in Minot, North Dakota, then it's going to be down to Marshall, Michigan. Marshall, Michigan, like I said, is going to be the last one remaining in the Midwest. And what a shocker that is for a lot of these stores that were once popular. Before I go, I'm just gonna explain the history once again. I just want to make this clear. So the Minot, North Dakota Kmart opened in 1970. It was built in the early 1970s. It had one grocery store. It had a Little Caesars. My mom used to shop there as a kid in the 1970s. It was basically my mom's childhood store. And my grandma and my mother used to shop there all the time. They used to race carts around the store all the time. However, Kmart at this point was suffering two bankruptcies around its existence in the country. Luckily, our store survived the 2002 bankruptcy, thank goodness, and it survived a 2018 bankruptcy with Sears Holdings. But in 2019, it survived numerous rounds of store closures. But then, on May 30th, 2020, it got announced by Transform Co. or Transform Holdco LLC, whatever you want to call them, to close by July 17th. So what a shocker this is, and I will definitely, in my dearest of prayers, gonna miss Kmart as much as Sears. I mean, we lost Sears a few years earlier. I'm pretty sure a lot of people understand that, and I mentioned this a few times in the video. So yeah. Well, anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap up for this video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everybody.